Good morning. My name is Dean Jones. I'm with Transwest Truck Trailer RV in Frederick, Colorado. And this morning I'm going to be going over the Solitude 310 GK fifth wheel by Grand Design. Let's have a look. So right off the bat, this Grand Design, they really mean what they say in Grand Design. There's just so much to talk about. We could be here all day. So I'll try to cover the important parts. Let's start off with the front cap here. Grand Design, what they do is they have a full wraparound fiberglass front cap. And this is a 2018, it's a trade-in. As you see, it's not real weather worn on the front because they use an automotive paint finish on the front. It's not a gel coat, so it's gonna withstand rock chips and road travel a lot better than most. That's why that looks almost brand new. They do a nice job of putting LED strip lights up in here, as you see. Really nice effect just going down the road. But if you pan down in here, you'll see there's a little docking light as well. So when you're hooking up at night, you got a little bit of extra vision there. This particular unit stock number is 5U210245. If you want to reference this particular trailer. As we go under here, this is where you would put your firebox and your generator if you ever wanted to put a generator in this unit. You see the punch outs in there. It's not pre-prepped, but it's pretty easy to put one in. You got your battery box on the left. You've also got a little solar charge panel where if you want to plug in a little external solar panel to charge this battery, you can do so. This is your switch for your LED lights on the front. We have them on to show you what they look like. Right off the bat, if you look, I don't know if you can get a close-up on this body, but they use an actual, it's called Fiberlux 4000 gel coat. It's a lot thicker and smoother. You don't see the fiberglass coming through the gel coat on this guy. It's a lot easier to maintain, polish, and if you were to have a scratch or an incident, it's a lot easier to repair because it's super smooth, if that makes sense. You've got two 30-pound bottles of propane in this guy. That'll keep you deep into a camp vacation. And this is pretty interesting. So we're going to look at this basement storage, probably the biggest in the industry, and I'll tell you why in a minute. But if you look, there's no PVC or anything obstructing this basement. And pin up here, I wanted to show you this. Look how thick this aluminum is. It's a big extrusion. It's bead welded on both sides. It's not screwed together. Grand Design does a really good job of putting a lot of engineering and aluminum in their frame here. So right here we've got a little LED light. You've got another 110. You've got some satellite and TV stuff. And you've got your battery shut off right there. Of course, with Grand Design, we've got slam latches, which basically mean what they say. You just slam them. You've also got magnet catches. You don't have those little plastic things that are going to break off on you. So it's a real nice big door, slam latches, and magnet catch. But while we're here, I wanted to show you something on this frame here. This is what allows you to have all this space here. You've got a Lippert Z-rated trailer chassis. And if you see, you got the nice little LED right here. It is fully enclosed, insulated, and heated. You've got these really nice big gussets right here. It's a real, but if you notice how it kind of ramps up, they've lowered this front section so you can get this big basement storage with a high profile fifth wheel. It's also a wide body. So where most fifth wheels are going to be 8 foot wide, you're looking at 8.5 feet wide. And that kind of gets into some wall thickness enhancements and that kind of thing we'll get into inside. But you're also looking at a 34 11-inch bumper to stern fifth wheel, which will get you in national parks. It'll get you, it's really easy to pull, and you can actually tow stuff behind it because it's underneath that 35-foot length. We do have a solid step on this guy. It's not a fold down type of, it's not one of these stairs that pull out here, get caked with mud or anything like that. It actually rides right there real nicely. You got to make sure it's latched. But as you're going down the road, you just tuck this handlebar in and you're good to go. Now the other thing that's nice about this stair is as you're setting it up, you do have adjustable legs if you have a little bit of an incline down here. But it also, the door shuts with it too. So a lot of people are like, what are we doing with our stairs? So as you see, it's a really nice new way to do stairs. Probably familiar with them. The cool thing about this too is if you ever get them muddy, you could just plug in a hose that they supply into this port and just spray off your stairs and let them air dry. You also got a 110 out here if you want to plug in anything out here. And you've also got this really nice awning right here. You got two awnings. You got an awning on the window. I haven't opened that one. But I wanted to show you this one because they have lights on the outside. You might, the downside to that is when the awning's in, you don't have those LED lights. But the cool thing is, and I'll show you, you can actually point those lights in different directions. I'm going to show you right now. As I roll this awning, you can direct those lights in or out. So that's kind of nice too. So that's kind of the idea behind that LED light strip on that guy. So stepping back outside, we've got two full hydraulic slides on both sides. You don't have the cables and stuff, and I'll show you where that benefits you inside later. But you've got these huge windows, and there's a reason for that. These are bigger boxes, fully walkable on the top of the boxes, laminated on all sides, the two sides and the top. You can really see that. Now, what I wanted to show you, which is really interesting, is catch a look up underneath this box. This is pretty unique to Grand Design. A lot of people use this black felt type of stuff that gets kind of frayed, starts tearing over time. This is a plastic cap right here. This is gonna ride this slide in and out without any problems. You're never gonna have exposure to that bottom of that box. It's a really neat system. I've never seen anything like it. You've obviously got your, this is just a port for your spare tire under there, as you can see. The Solitude comes with a fully walkable roof, no problem. That's why they put this ladder on it. It's rated for 300 pounds. You've got the nice 4-inch bumper where you put your sewer hose in. You've also have, up here you have a little dome, and it's pre-wired into the 12 volt. And what that's for is Furion makes a camera that just plugs into that guy and has a little suction cup monitor you put on your truck or whatever you're pulling with. And it's constant vision. So this one doesn't have it hooked up yet, but you could get that and get that in there and always know what's going on behind you back here. It's a great feature. And you don't have to have someone wire it into the system and splice into any wiring. So that's pretty neat. This does come with a 6-point hydraulic suspension. We'll get into, or leveling jack. We'll get into that in a minute. But coming around this side, you do have your big refrigerator access panels. That's for the refrigerator inside, and we'll get into that inside. But if you look down here, you've got 16-inch aluminum Westlake tires, really good brand. You've got a midpoint suspension. This it's called Equiflex. And what it does is it keeps you from, some suspensions go just straight up and down. These will kind of go a little bit side to side and up and down. So you got very little vibration on anything going on in this guy. It's pretty neat. You've got Dexter axles, Dexter brakes, and Dexter Easy Lube hubs. Those are all American made. It's a great axle system. You've got your 50 amp service for both your 15,000 BTU ACs on the roof. I believe this is a 12-gallon hot water heater. Here's your furnace, and they blow all this hot air on the non-camp side so you don't get hot air trapped underneath your awnings and stuff on the other side. And this is what's really nice about Grand Design. Here's that little spray hose. Notice that your wet bay is heated. This is a little heater right here. And this is called the Nautilus P1 wet bay system. You do have a hot and cold outdoor shower. You've also got a little water pump feature, which is really nice because this thing will backfill. You can actually fill your tanks with your water pump from a 5-gallon bucket if you need to. You've also got all these different color-coded scenarios here. What's nice about this one is you can winterize it from right here. You don't have to go open a false panel inside, and it makes winterization just a snap. Now, the other thing I like about this is all your gate valves are inside your heated wet bay. So if you've ever had them out here, they get cold and they crack, and that's where you start having problems. This guy, you just do them inside. Now you've got two 50-gallon gray tanks, one for your kitchen, one for your bathroom. You got 50 gallons of black. What I also wanted to point out, look how nice and rugged these low point drains are. They're not just the little toggles. You've got the nice PEX plumbing. It's a really high-end wet bay. You've also got this will do 6,000 gallons of filtration. That's a lot of water going through that filter for your drinking water and what have you. And here's a little bar to pop that off with. Here's the other side of that pass-through storage. It's also heated, as you see up on the top right there. See that little vent there? That'll heat your bay storage, which is really nice. Here's your electronic leveling control for your hydraulic 6-point that we talked about. Got all your instructions on there. It's just usually one button push and you're level. It just makes it so you don't have to worry about blocks and cranking stuff. I mean, that's pretty standard on these bigger units, but this is your other 30-gallon propane bottle. And what did I want to show you too is this is a really cool, it's a 35-foot trailer, just under, but your dry weight's only 12,312 pounds. You can pull that with a 3/4 ton, no problem. This is an electric slide, it's a Schwintek slide, not like those two hydraulic slides on the other side. This one happens to be exceptionally clean as well for a trade-in. Let's go inside and I'll show you the good stuff inside. Oh, we might want to get a shot at the speakers up there. You do have outdoor speakers up there, I didn't point out. So this would be a good place to start inside. You do have your control panel right when you walk in the door. It is concealed by this little door there. But what I did want to point out is you do have all your gray, black, and freshwater tank heaters. This will go deep into a hunting season. It's a really nice setup with the insulated underbelly, all that good stuff, the heated wet bay, the heated basement, these tank heaters. It also, between these and just the big 35,000 BTU furnace, you're gonna be fine. You're not gonna freeze on that. You do have some light switches. This is that front awning switch in and out where you can actually adjust that light. This operates both hydraulic slides. They kind of open in tandem, and this is gonna be your master bedroom slide that we showed you last. But coming around here, you've got all this great cabinetry. Look how nice the fit and finish is on this guy. You've got a nice pantry. You can actually, put some nice kitchen goods in there. And a nice little detail with this backlit glass. You do have solid surface countertops. It's kind of a Corian-like. You do have the subway tile backsplash. We do have lots of storage, we'll point out. Nice leaded glass feature on that. LED lights everywhere. So you see it's a real nice well-lit coach. I will point out this island. So the GK in the 310 GK stands for Grand Kitchen, and you can kind of see what they mean by that. If you're not a big island fan, this coach isn't for you, but a lot of people like that extra counter space. As you come around here, you see this end cabinet. It's just got storage for days. You do have, remove this. This is a 60/40 giant undermounted sink, as you see. Oh, I left a little scrubby there. There it is. And you do have a nice little, not all sinks have that little spray guy, but that makes it easier to do your dishes and stuff as you're camping. I will point out too, it does have a 18 cubic foot double RV fridge. Now this runs on gas and electric, and you see it's just a monster. Really nice. And that's where you win with all that freezing capacity right there. So very, very nice on that. That's a great feature. Coming around here, we'll show you some more cabinetry. Oops, there's plastic in there. This has got a dual function, it's got for trash and recycling, if you will. It's kind of a nice Grand Design feature. I don't see that on many other brands or any at all. Giant microwave. There's a convection. You do have the Furion gas range top. It's real residential. You also have this nice oven. Now the oven has got its own igniter on it, so you're not going to get under there with a little sparker try to light your stove. This is kind of the upgraded stainless steel package that the Grand Design offers. And the more Furion you see, the better. That's a really good brand where it's built to withstand vibration and high extreme temperatures. You got some more cabinetry up there, more storage. Let's jump this real quick. Now this guy's kind of cool. Real quick, before we get into much more, I want you to just kind of pan around. Look at how many windows this thing's got. There's a reason for it. We'll talk about it a little bit. You've got really, really tall slides. The way they're built with the walkable roofs and everything, it just makes a real tough box. They can actually put this kind of glass in there because they've got the engineered rigidity for these boxes to do that. I'm 6'1", I can stand in this box. The other thing I like about these is you don't have the cables that you have to have a foot long trim piece to hide all that cable. This is a hydraulic slide, so it just makes everything a lot less gaudy, if you will. But coming back to this side, we do have a televator. You have speakers in the ceiling, you have speakers under here, so it's kind of a surround system kind of in effect. We've got a nice little TV that pops up out of there, which is nice because you have the window back there. Keeps that TV out of the way unless you really want to watch it. You also have a nice little fireplace underneath here. A lot of people are like, I could live or, give or take a fireplace, but what's nice about this one is it also acts as a 5,000 BTU space heater. So if you don't want to burn propane to heat your coach on those mornings where it's just a little chilly, you just need to take a little bite out of the air, you can just pop this guy on, and it's just using a little bit of electricity. It's gonna heat this room real nicely without burning any of your propane. So that's kind of nice as well. This dark brown is called Java. It's one of their most popular colors. They do have a lighter version, but this one's equipped with Java. We do have a little bit more storage up here, and it's in good spots too. You don't have to get too inventive with this, putting little storages here and there, because you do have this big, wide, high-profile camper. This is actually 6 inches wider than your average fifth wheel, so they get to do a little bit of design stuff that's kind of nice. Another thing I like about Grand Design, most of these come with pleated day and night shades. They don't with these guys. These guys, oh, let's go this side. These guys are roller shades. They're a lot more dependable. The pleated shades actually stretch the string, and all of a sudden you've got pleats kind of sagging and stuff like that. I like these, these actually work real well. They block out the light a little better than a pleated shade. That's another Grand Design deal. Now with your theater seating, you've got two little TV trays. They're kind of nice fold. They come in and out real nice. And you've also got massage and heat on these guys and an electric footstool. So that's pretty nice. That'll keep you comfortable as you're watching your televator over here. To the dinette, this is one of my favorite features too. This dinette does not have a center leg. So if you kind of pan under there, you'll see that it's attached to the wall, which might be a little bit concerning, but that's actually got a steel backer plate that it's screwed into. You shouldn't have any problem with this thing coming off the wall. It's got a big steel plate back there that it's screwed into. And if you're just a couple on the road, these particular chairs, you see the bottom there, they fold up. You can fold these, put them away, and then it's just the two of you in there. So that's a real nice feature too. You wouldn't know they're folding chairs by looking at them, so that's another little enhancement going in. I think that's, so basically in a sense, you got the opposing slide, the wider body. This would be considered a rear living if it didn't have the grand kitchen in it. So this is one of the most popular floor plans they've ever had. You do have a rain sensor max air vent right over your kitchen, which is a pretty good place to have it. But if that's open and you get a little sprinkler, it'll shut itself automatically. Your remote for that is right here, the max air. You also have a thermostat right here for the whole coach. There is no air ducts in the floor in a Grand Design. They thought they would keep the floor solid for rigidity, and they just like they pump it hot air through the bottom of the island in your cabinet over there. Just puts heat across the floor. You don't have holes in the floor with, you know, gravel and dirt you have to clean out all the time. So that's kind of done by design. I like it. It's kind of out of the way. You're not bending up those their air registers or what have you. It's got nice big steps coming up, nice handle. Someone's added a few coat hooks here for you. And I guess we'll go in the bathroom next. Get a look at that nice shower. It's got a bench in it. It's also got a skylight, so you can definitely be a tall gentleman or lady and get up in there if you need to. It's got plenty of headroom. You've got an adjustable shower. You can go up or down with that guy. You also have a nice little place to put your soap bars. Again, you have some nice little hooks right here and a really neat little place to stack towels back there. That's super deep. You've got another vent in the ceiling. What's also nice is you have a pocket door here. There's no swing action coming out to the stairs. If you had to swing open, a lot of times with the doors that swing open, you have to come down the stairs in the middle of the night, open the door, and then come in. That makes it a little bit dangerous when you're groggy and it's dark. So Grand Design opted for a pocket door, which I think is a beautiful thing. You do have a porcelain foot flush toilet, and this compartment's heated right there. So you do have a nice medicine cabinet. Nice laminated vanity. Just an overall nice bathroom. It's not a Jack and Jill, but it's still a nice bathroom. This is one of my favorite parts of a Grand Design here. The bed. So you've got this big, giant, deep, I think this is an air mattress. You've got windows in the side boxes. It's a real deep box. So I'm glad they put windows in there. It would kind of look a little funny. It would kind of be in a box. But it's nice. You do, for a king bed, you still also have your nightstands. And under here you have a bed lift on shocks. You just lift it up. You've got a place to put your jewelry and stuff like that, or valuables. You've got a his and her laundry hamper. So for, you know, your dirty socks or what have you, just throw his or hers if you want. You've also got this nice little kind of end of the bed chest, and a lot of people sit here and put their shoes and stuff like that kind of thing on. Really neat, just using your head on that kind of design there. I like that a lot. You have, of course, you have your second AC right there, a wall-mounted TV there, and I believe this guy also has, oops, left a little thing in there, but this also has a place to put jewelry and valuables, and this is your sleep number. I thought that was a sleep number mattress. This is a pop-out window in a case of an emergency, but you do have six nice big drawers. There's some remotes there. There you go. This is also actually set up for a washer and dryer. If you see under there, you got the hot and cold water with the PEX. You can go combo or stackable in that little closet. But you also got this great closet. This closet is amazing. It's fully lit. Look at the places to put shoes. You could actually stand in there if you had to, but nice contoured hanger rail, plenty of storage. And if you notice, I'm 6'1", and this is a high profile, so I stand in here without having to duck. It's kind of an east-west slide bed right here that kind of makes this feel more like a bedroom, if that makes sense. You do have, the floor is not carpet up here, so it's a little easier to keep clean. Let me get that little piece of cardboard up. But you also have a thermostat for this room as well. And if you look, there's a heater duct coming right out there by the bed, so it keeps you nice and warm in those cold nights. One thing about Grand Design I'll share with you, they're really into R values and keeping this thing warm inside. A couple things I researched, the roof and the front cap of this unit's got an R45 rating. The floor's got an R40 rating. You've got an R24 on just the slide floors. I mean, they really put a lot of insulation in this guy. They do a really good job of fit and finish. And this was traded in just like it is. It's a super clean unit. Just real quick on me, my name is Dean Jones. My direct number is 303-684-3424. And my cell number is 720-347-7063. Dean.jones@transwest.com is my email. I'd love to talk to you about pricing on this guy. It's a great opportunity, and I appreciate you walking through the camper with me.